Hi, I'm Maddie Casto, and this is my audition for Marlafay Mosley in the Savannah Sipping Society. You know that tingly feeling you get when you're falling in love? That sensation that washes over you and kind of gives you the shivers? Well, that is common sense leaving your body. And that's what happened to me on the black day I met Waylon Mosley. Waylon was the kind of guy you could count on to do the right thing once he tried everything else. And the man had no sense of humor. He'd look at me in bed and say, Marlafay, about to make you the happiest woman in the world. And I'd look at him and say, I'm gonna miss you, Waylon. I mean, not even a smile. Life in Tyler, Texas was no bed of roses, which, ironic, since its claim to fame is being the rose capital of the world. I landed a job right out of nursing school, and I worked for Philip Goller, perhaps the most egotistical doctor in the lower 48, and you know that competition is stiff. 10 years. I'd slave all day for one jackass and then go home and sleep all night next to another one. This was my life, carved in stone. Never occurred to me to ask for anything better. But on the very day Waylon dumped me for little Miss Rinse and Spit, I had enough good sense to jump up and grab the curveball fate had thrown me. So I burned those darn ugly scrubs, set my sights on Savannah, and left the bad memories behind. I became a liquor rep for a liquor distributor, which is not all that different from being a nurse. Every visit with me always makes my clients really happy. And I've been here 4 months. It's my town now. Sure, it gets a little lonely. Nobody promised that starting a brand new life over at 37 would be easy, but I'm working on it and thinking positive. I get that from my daddy. He always said to bury him in his 4-wheel drive pickup because it ain't never been in a hole it couldn't get me out of. I guess this is the way it happens. Life, that is. 1 minute you're in a big sweat box with a bunch of health nuts, thinking you're either gonna blow your groceries or stroke out. The next thing you know, you got yourself a handful of potential friends. It's funny how that works out. It's been a couple months now since we started getting together, and I gotta say, it seems like the 4 of us are re-energizing our lives, which is just a loosey-goosey way of saying getting off our cans and taking care of business. Of course, Jinx forcing the 4 of us to traipse off to the opera one night was nothing but a bust. I mean, who sings for 20 minutes when they're dying? And it wasn't even in English. But besides that, it's all been pretty good. Except now we got some trouble brewing. Jinx has given us a courage challenge that is way over the top. She said we ought to do something good for our hearts. And I told her, no way, no how was I eating kale. That stuff is some kind of nasty. But then she said she meant we ought to suck it up and get ourselves dates for Valentine's Day, which is almost as bad as eating kale. But I did it. We all did. Kind of run hot and cold about my date. And even though I've been thinking about him for a while now, oh, it makes me nervous. Oh, I know where I'd like it to lead to, but I also know that's putting the cart before the horse, so I'm not going to tell the girls much about this one because there is no way that I am about to tempt fate. No siree, Bob. My mama didn't raise no fool. You bet your bodacious butt it is. Okay, I couldn't be happier. Oh, I wanted that man to get his comeuppance, and oh, brother, is he ever gonna get it now? Midnight feed-ins, potty training, not a lot of us time for the newlyweds. And do the math, ladies. When baby hits kindergarten, old Pappy's gonna be 65 on Medicare, pushing 80 when Junior steals his first car, and a proud 90 when he finally gets his GED. Oh, there is so much for Waylon to look forward to in his golden years. Yeah, he deserves this happiness. You know, I think it might have been my destiny to go to that Waffle House tonight. I finally realized you can't let your past get in the way of your future. And I, for one, think the future looks pretty dang bright. You know what really tickles me? When that baby's about to be out of diapers, his daddy's about to be in them. Maybe they can get a family discount.